What up, people? It's boy Master Chudy out here with another comic review. So, as me finishing up the backlog of comics I have, or a majority of them, I still have more, but I probably won't review those. But this is definitely the one second to last. We have Sean Gordon Murphy's Batman White Knight. And, cover's nice. We see Batman, and we don't just see the Joker obsessing over Batman. This issue got me thinking. It really got me thinking. Despite the flaws, the one thing that you can't fault it on, it's his ability to make you think. This is 2 of 8, and I would continue to people to ride this. So let's begin. So we start off with Mr. Napier and his alter ego, the Joker, right here. Well done by Sean Gordon Murphy here to create a shadow of the Joker still there. And the Joker's pleading his case to the court. That, I started off as a criminal and a murderer, but I was used as a scapegoat. I served 10 years for my crime. They didn't want to release me. They've ruined everything about the city. We are all victims of Gotham City's corruption. And just set me free and let me serve the city I love. And everybody's watching. Batman, the GCPD, the people, and they're just watching this. And so we see that in the news, the court did release him. And it's like, why would the people release him? And it's like, I'm as skeptical as you are, Mark, but all it comes down to is the evidence that the police have surprisingly little of. So apparently it was circumstantial that he got released. But we see that, people are now, they're saying that all these social justice warriors are seeing him as a hero, which is interesting, which is funny. I remember this picture. This was an iconic picture of some of the riots back last year, or the demonstrations last year. And we see that it's mirroring everything. So he's using past issues to not really bump you over the head with it, but to show you the parallels of what the Joker is trying to do, or what he is trying to do. And of course, the trust in the government and the GCPD has fallen all-time lows, kind of like today, and people feel like they've become pawns of the 1% elite. Interesting. It's like with one speech, Napier not only won his freedom, but he also turned himself into a patriot who started a media war against Gotham's gatekeepers. But is he for real, or is he just part of a larger con? So, do we know we can trust him? So, Joker walks to an old Zoinko's joke shop. Then we just see him open the door, and we just see, oh, Daddy's home. We just see Harley Quinn right here. And we just see her, oh, you look like a freak. It's like, we'll get you fixed up in no time. And he's like, Harley, no talking until Mama's done with you. Then sex. Okay. It's like, Harley, stop. Sorry, I'm just not myself. Can we talk? It's like, okay. And he's like, I've been thinking about a lot. And, he's like, first I owe you an apology for the way I've treated you all these years. It's like, but my mood swings, it's like, I went through a lot of crazy mood swings. And she's like, oh, but I love you. I love the crazy mood. It's like, no, it's a psychotic, it's a psychotic obsession with Batman. And you got caught in the middle. Yeah, I did. Keep talking, because you're turning me on. It's like, I'm not joking around, Harley. And she's like, can't you not see how unhealthy this is? Like, let me be the version of you of me that you always wanted. And so he puts on a wedding ring, and she's like, confused, and she's like, oh, what? It's like, you might have fooled the course, but you can't fool me. It's like, and then you just see Puddin', I'm serious, and then he just gets kicked in the stomach, and she's like, what did you just call me? And he's like, what the hell? And he's like, are you for real? You're whining about love, feelings, and marriage? Are you out of your mind? Enough of this bullshit. It's like, go put on some freaking makeup and let's rob something. It's like, my meds. And you just see, it's like, stop with the pills. They're messing with your head. You don't need them. You need me. But Puddin's like, I'm not your Puddin'. And you just see, no, you weren't. I was. And then we see the original Harley Quinn. The one that looks like the Batman the Animated Series one and not the Suicide Squad one. Actually, I thought it was pretty interesting. And she's like, okay, apology accept, Jack. It's like, you left. And he's like, yeah, I'm taking him back. Like, he doesn't need a violent cheerleader with a bigger rack. I don't think so. And don't get me started on the clothes. Kind of a step back from feminism. I think she was being sarcastic. It's like, get it straight, sister. You love the Joker. I love Jack. You loved his flaws. I love him despite his flaws. Interesting. And now that he's cured, he's mine. So buzz off, cause I ain't losing him again. I was like, quit being a baby. Come, babies, come here. And he's like, where are you taking me? It's like, home. So we see Mr. Freeze with his wife, Nora. And then we just see they're getting ready to perform an experiment. The Bat Family in their civilian identities, and Victor Freeze, and it's all for Alfred. So ready to attempt the reversing freeze tech, Mr. Wayne. He's like, Victor, he's like, let's begin. And we just see, Barbara's ogling over the cute little mice, and you just see Victor Freeze like, Mr. Wayne, please proceed. And they begin, and they're drowning them in liquid. Then we see that their success, that the mice managed to live through it. It's like, congratulations, they're alive. It's like, there's no time. It's like, not yet, Victor. We need to observe the mice. Make sure there are no lasting. It's like, no. It's like, but your help was invaluable, Mr. Wayne. You have given me a chance to save my beloved wife. By harnessing technology pioneered by the Third Reich, I thank you and your father. Now please leave us alone. And then we see that my father. So apparently, I don't know. Maybe his father did some weird stuff back in the day, but we see that you don't think he's thought of a million ways to stop you, don't you think? And you just see something's happening, that he wants to reverse the anti-freezing stuff, and then he's like, oh, and we just see him collapse because something went wrong. And it's like, what's happened to him? It's like rapid aging, a side effect we were hoping to avoid. He was frozen in his 30s, but it's been 50 years, so now he's 80? It's like, how you feeling, Victor? It's like, warm. Just see, the mice, they die from old age. So, how do we know Nora will survive? We don't. And we just see, my love. And even if she does, we still don't have a cure for the McGregor's disease, the reason he froze her in the first place. So, poor Victor. Just like in the animated series, he's still very much a sympathetic character. Meanwhile, Harley and Jack Napier come back to the temporary place that is Harley Quinn's pad, the original Harley Quinn's pad. It's like, it's just temporary while I'm on parole. I'm cozy enough for me and the babies. Tea? It's like, you drink tea? And it's like, I always drink tea. One of the many things you never bothered to notice. So you left me, and an entirely new Harley took over? Why didn't I notice? And she said, well, you're a narcissist who suffers from dysthymia and schizoid personality disorder, likely made worse by a chemical imbalance, which is why the medication is working. You're probably not cured, but with the right support, you could be. And she's like, I'm a psychiatrist, remember? True. So Harley's kind of, mellowed. And she's like, he's still in there. Harley, distorting reality, skipping around in the dark. He wants me to lose. Sounds like he did a number on both of us. So, mutual stuff. So, we just see a nice, down memory lane. Like how she didn't care how she loved being with the Joker, the crimes that they did, the fun that they had. But then when his deception with Batman started getting more and more rampant, she felt like she was never the focus of him anymore. So apparently there was one day that she felt that it took it too far. The Joker had kidnapped Jason Todd and began torturing him, and she stopped him from going too far. But she realized that the man she loved was no longer there. So, and I hated him for destroying you, basically your obsession. So basically, she did what she thought she had to do. So she got Batman, and she promised to tell where Robin was if she didn't beat up the Joker. It's like, so we never found out. We never found out what happened to Jason, apparently. But Batman beat him up. But apparently he took him back to the hospital to get medical treatment, and then he went back to Arkham. So Batman never spoke to me again, but he did get the court to go easy on me for tracking me down. It's like, for stopping him from killing you. So, Batman is still... This is very much like the animated series Batman, because he always was sympathetic to his villains in some shape or form. And he's like, did the Joker murder Robin? And he's like, you're the only one who knows. It's like, I can't remember. It'll come back to you. And he's like, I don't want it to come back. I just want to move forward. We need to save Gotham. It's like, how? We lead a rebellion. We turn Gotham against Batman by villainizing him, showing the damage he and the Joker have caused. We expose the corruption between politics and vigilantism. Gotham City saved by the least likely person, Jack Napier, and Harley Quinzel, because I can't do it without you. You ready to be the good guys for a while? It's like, okay. Meanwhile, we cut to a little bit of a light party. Jesse Bruce. Wow, that's a very generous donation. It's like, hello, Veronica. She's an old beauty. I say, old boy, sure you wouldn't rather donate something less expensive? And he's like, Pierce. Like, where's Alfred? I've never seen you apart. Not feeling well. Flabbergasted that old fool's still alive, and Pierce is just pushing it. It's like, Pierce, sorry, Bruce. Pierce started drinking again. Stand down, Bruce. Stand down. Bruce is a friend. One of us. Is that why you hired a bodyguard, Pierce? So you can be an ass? So, yeah, Pierce is an ass. So, we see that he's received a few threats last week. Doesn't have to hire a little extra security. He said, threats? Reporter wrote a piece about my company's investments in Arkham. Shareholders are suing me, calling me one of Napier's gatekeepers. If it gets any worse, I might actually have to set foot in my office. And we just hear the news, like, Joker and Harley are together again, or should they Jack and Harleen, after receiving a substantial settlement for the Batgate attack. The couple announced that they are donating everything to build Backport its first library. Here's what Mr. Napier has to say. And he's like, it wasn't the police who gave me my freedom, for nor was it my own play. It was the people of Gotham, especially the poor and the middle class, who embraced my message, and they are the oppressed, 99%, who are most affected by Gotham's corruption. Interesting. It's like, they deserve the settlement, not us. And what about Batman? Just see. Batman is the pit bull of the 1%. His actions have helped protect business as usual, while minorities, he's like, shut that off. It's like, let me just see, shut that off. So the dude is like, the rich dude, Pierce, the ass, is like, Joker getting up a charity in Blackport, and Hal Jordan is like, it's Backport. And this guy's like saying, yeah, he's right about Batman, though. I've made millions off him in real estate. And he's like, Batman's like, what? And he's like, Batman usually fights crime in poor neighborhoods, which the city labels as bad impact zones, which drops the price of real estate even more. Those zones receive grants in order to rebuild. The trick is to buy right after a zone is declared, then flip it after the taxpayers foot the bill. You're profiteering from Batman's war of crime. Everyone is doing it, Bruce. Crime is the best bet in Gotham. And yeah, he got triggered. He's like, I'm beating the crap out of you and your bodyguard. Boom. So he beats the crap out of both of them, and he's like, Veronica's like, Bruce, what's got? He's like, Pierce, are you okay? He's like, yeah, I'm out of here. Meanwhile, at a local bar, it's like, I used to hate all of you. We see Jack Napier and Harley's looking pretty good. It's like, I used to hate all of you, and I know you've hated me. Whenever we spoke, it turned into a game of who almost got him. I see you with that almost got him episode from Batman the Animated Series. It's like, that's how Batman has always beaten us. The dreary jester has forgotten his joyful ways. Divide and conquer. And so we'd spend more time fighting each other than fighting him. It's like, we didn't mean to. It was a big rock. Oh, look at that. Baby Doll and Killer Croc, obviously. We need to pool our criminal resources to consolidate our talents. And, of course, Joker said this when they were talking to Hugo Strange in Batman the Animated Series to find out Bruce's identity. And then Two-Face is like, we work alone. Batman and GCPD won't have a chance against us. We're unified as a force. And let me guess, Gringo, you're going to be our leader? And we just see that's definitely Bane, and this is Poison Ivy, and this is Scarface, and him, the puppeteer, basically. It's like, or the ventriloquist, sorry, I'll never agree to that. So we see all of Gotham's villains seated right here. It's like, I know you won't. I only brought you here to have a drink. So we have the Riddler, the ventriloquist, Baby Doll, Killer Croc. I think this is Roxy Rocket, the usual gangsters right here. Two-Face, Penguin, Scarecrow, Poison Ivy. And we just see, here you go, Puddin'. And it's like, is that the Hatter's hat? And where's Clayface? So, he's here more or less. So, a few moments back, y'all too proud to play nice together, so I knew I'd have to force you. So, apparently, he beat up a Mad Hatter, and it's like, ignore him. Some Lewis Carroll bullshit. He's just mad we stole his hat to control Clayface. So you obviously see the cards are not put into Clayface. I won't keep it. All I need is the mind control headband inside. So yeah, so Jack Napier wanted the mind control headband inside. He's like, is Clayface gonna survive this? I have no idea. Although he might feel a little pain when I turn him into dust. So he started turning him into dust with his mind control. Remind me why we can't use the Hatter cards on everyone. It's like we have to control a small army, and that's too difficult for this device. Much easier to control Clayface. Think of it as a conduit to boost the signal. So he put Clayface's dust into everybody's drink. And since Clayface is under the control of Jack Napier, they're automatically by association under his control as well. So we see that, is it working? It's like, of course it is, and everybody is under Jack Napier's control. So is he really good? Probably not. To be continued. Sean Murphy, script, art, and cover. Matt Hollingsworth did all the colors. Todd Klein did the letters. Maggie Hall's the editor. Mark Doyle is the editor. This book makes you think. This is what I like about it. It makes you think. There's like a plot. This story is engaging, and there are many facets of it. I would recommend this book. I would continue to recommend this book. Keep at it, Sean Gordon Murphy. Yes, it uses political allegory, but it uses the political allegory as I expect it to be used. Intelligently. Well done. And now browbeaten. Well done, Sean Gordon Murphy. So, thank y'all for watching. Please like, share, subscribe, and hit the notifications. Make sure you're notified and make sure you are subscribed. Once again, I do these reviews for you, the people, because I just want to get your views on some good comics and see what we have to say. Thank y'all for watching, and I'll have more videos up maybe later today.